Good evening, everyone. Special guests, youth participants, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Callum Barrett Walsh, and I'm deeply honoured to serve as the chair of the RSL ANZAC Youth Vigil in the South. It is a privilege to follow in the footsteps of past chairs Brian Holacek, Chris Williams and Kathy Fletcher, whose leadership and dedication helped shape the Vigil into what it is today. Tonight, as we gather in commemoration, we'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Kaurna people. I pay my respects to their elders past and present, and extend that respect to any First Nations people joining us here this evening. Before we continue, I wish to acknowledge the apologies from the following individuals who are unfortunately unable to join us tonight. Mayor Moira Weir, AM, Chris Picton MP, Member for Kaurna, Laura Henderson, MLC, Alex Dighton MP, Member for Black. I'll now pause as our 140 participating youth make their way to the Memorial Gardens. This evening would not be possible without the generous and unwavering support of our sponsors and community supporters. On behalf of the organising committee, I'd like to express our sincere thanks to Amanda Rishworth MP, Member for Kingston, Katrine Hilliard MP, Member for Raynell, Nat Cook MP, Member for Hurdlevale, Erin Thompson MP, Member for Davenport, the City of Onkaparinga and elected officials present this evening, Baker's Delight Southgate Plaza, Bradley's Bakery, Sapole Southern District Local Service Area, and Dougie's Coffee. And to our valued volunteer supporters, some of whom are here tonight, the City of Onkaparinga Pipe Band, the Morphett Vale Football Club, the Morphett Vale Bowling Club, the RSL Morphett Vale and District Sub-Branch, Ranella Kawani's Club, St John Ambulance SA, Nalunga Section, Wireless Institute Civil Emergency Network. A special thanks must also go to the City of Onkaparinga, not only for their financial and in-kind support, but also their support ensuring the Memorial Gardens are in pristine for the dawn service and the Youth Vigil. Additionally, I would like to extend my biggest thanks to the RSL Morphett District Sub-Branch for their vital assistance in delivering tonight's ceremony and ensuring all logistical aspects are handled seamlessly. Tonight, as we mark 110 years since the landing at Gallipoli, youth and leaders from across our community have come together, not just to commemorate, but to guard this sacred memorial throughout the night until the dawn service at 6 a.m. Representatives from the following organisations will stand vigil throughout the evening: Florio Girl Guides, 605 Squadron Australian Air Force Cadets, Country Fire Service Cadets, Scouts SA Hills to Coast District, 430 Army Cadet Unit, and the Mid-Coast Surf Life-Saving Clubs. Manda, please change over the honour guard. I would now like to introduce our youth hosts for this evening from Girl Guide South Australia.
We would like to welcome everyone assembled here tonight to our RSL ANZAC Youth Vigil in the South. We extend this welcome to our guest speakers and special VIPs, Amanda Rishworth, MP, member for Kingston, Catherine Hildyard, MP, member for Rennell, Erin Thompson, MP, member for Dayport, Nat Cook, MP, member for Hurtle Vale, Senator for South Australia Andrew McLaughlin, CSC, City of Onkaparinga Councils, Miss Gray Thompson, former MP, supporter of the Youth Vigil, Mr. Brian Holosik, chairperson of the Vigil, Mr. Mark Wheaton, President RSL Morphett Vale and District Sub-Branch, Mr. Nick Miller, Onkaparinga City Concert Band performing the last post, Miss Alexander Menez, Cardine College singing the national anthem, invited guests and all participating in the youth.
We also warmly welcome the students and teachers from the following schools within the city of Onkaparinga. Aberfoyle Park High School, Cavalry Lutheran Primary School, Cardine College, Emma's Catholic Primary School, Saxmill Primary School, Moana Primary School, Prescott College Southern, Ranella South Primary School, St. John Apostolic Catholic School, Southern Montessori School, Southern Vales Christian College, Warrenda Secondary School, Woodcroft Primary School, Woodcroft College, Pimpala Primary School, Antonio Catholic School, All Saints Catholic Primary School, Lonsdale Heights Primary School, Ranella East College, and Athadamia Muslim Association.
Tonight, as we commemorate 110 years of ANZAC, the Youth Honour Guard will remain in position through the night until the Colour Flag Party assumes position at the of the dawn service. During this time, we reflect on the bravery and sacrifice of all who have served, and especially those who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Guard Commander, please stand Honour Guard at attention. We now invite Alexandra Menzies from Cardine College to perform our national anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free.
Guard Commander, please stand honour guard at ease. We now welcome Mr. Mark Wheaton, President of the RSL Morphett Vale and District Sub-Branch, to deliver the address on behalf of the State President of the RSL, Ms. Tara Belton.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome dignitaries and special guests, ladies, gentlemen, and in particular all those young people who are present tonight. The Youth Vigil in the South is a youth-inspired activity that's recognised as the first ceremony of remembrance for ANZAC Day and has been that way for the last 23 years. It is most encouraging and inspiring to see the increasing number of young people who attend this event and who give up their valuable time to stand vigil at this memorial during the night preceding the ANZAC door service and ANZAC Day itself, to one of those who have served as great country of ours to defend and preserve the freedoms that we all enjoy today. To the youth of today, the RSL would say, we gather here tonight not just for a vigil, but for a shared vision for a brighter future. We are the inheritors of a world that needs your energy as young people, your passion and your creativity. Please do not be afraid to make your voices heard, to stand up for what you believe and what we all believe in to be, and to be the change that you want to see in the world. Tonight let's commit to walk together with hope in our hearts, with a shared desire to make a difference and show the world that the youth of today are not just the leaders of tomorrow, but they are actually leaders of today, lest we forget.
Guard Commander, please change over the honour guard. Each year we invite the participating youth organisations to lay a hat, a symbol of their commitment to keep the ANZAC legacy living on. As we call your group forward, please come to the memorial and place your hat.
Australian Army Cadets, 605 Australian Air Force Cadets, CFS Cadets,
Girl Guides SA, Scouts SA, Mid-Coast Surf Life Saving. We now invite Senator Andrew McLaughlin, CSF, and Aaron Thompson, MP, to lay a wreath.
The key aspect of the Youth Vigil is opportunities for young people within the region to commemorate and reflect on the ANZAC story together. This year we are so pleased to have so many schools involved with our vigil. Now I invite school students to lay a token.
We now invite any other individuals or groups who wish to lay a small token of remembrance to come forward.
Up from the road to down past the gate, out to the flight line. We stood in the sun, slouch hat and gun, as two caskets passed us by. And followed the padre onto the Herc and out into the pale summer sky. We walked back to Poppies, then went back to work with the dust still in our eyes. So soldiers, sing me your sapper's lullaby. You give it your all, knowing if you should fall, that all good things must die. These young engineers, whose job is to clear the road so we may pass, they're always out front, and when they bear the brunt, man, it happens fast. Sapper D. Smith had a wife and a son, the apple of his eye. Snowy Moreland was just 21, way too young to die. So soldiers, sing me your sapper's lullaby. You give it your all, knowing if you should fall, that all good things must die. So go call your mother, call your old man on that welfare line, and tell him you love him while you still can. all good things must die. Soldiers, sing me your sapper's lullaby. You give it your all, knowing if you should fall, but all good things must die. All good things must die.
Guard Commander, please conduct 3-minute changeover.
Guard Commander, please change over the Honour Guard.
We now welcome our youth speaker, Alexander Menes, a passionate young leader within our community. Alexandra was a school leader at Cardine College and continues to contribute to the community through numerous volunteering efforts.
Good evening. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Callum and the youth speakers tonight, and the Morford Vale RSL for giving me the honour of speaking at tonight's ANZAC Vigil. As young people today growing up in our world, we are constantly surrounded by a mix of challenges and change. At times it can feel like these difficulties we face overshadow everything else. But in truth, these moments of hardship don't have to define us through of fear, weakness. Instead, they offer valuable lessons, opportunities for growth, strength, and resilience. It's important that we look beyond the negativity and recognize the light that can shine through even the darkest of times. For me, I think of this through the ANZAC spirit. I remember these veterans and their stories. So many who have faced these life-threatening circumstances, yet they endured the pain, kept moving forward. They were the ones who had the courage to fight for their country, who rose to face their challenges head on. They remained loyal, stood shoulder to shoulder with their mates, and found strength in unity. Even in the midst of hardship, they found the courage to smile, to cope, to carry on, and to inspire others through their resilience. We can translate this into our own day-to-day. Courage. Be bold, speak up for what you believe in, and take up every opportunity which comes your way. Endurance. Have determination and keep faith. Stay on track and trust in your God's plan. Ingenuity. Seek your solution to the problem. Be resourceful and creative. Mateship. Bring your people with you. Keep the strong bond of friendship. And humor. See the brighter side and laugh throughout every step of life. Success comes with the triumph of every failure. It is so important that us as young people see and learn something from their strong mindsets to overcome all challenges that life may throw at us. I encourage you to be like a soldier and think like an ANZAC. Think about how other people can see you as a role model for always seeing the positivity in the most difficult of times. Become a leader, a voice for those who experience similar hardships to you, so you can share your own story. Tonight, as you lay your wreaths, sing the national anthem, and pay respects to our ANZACs, let us remember what they have faced in the war and live in their spirit of power, positivity, and strength. Lest we forget.
Guard Commander, please conduct 3-minute changeover. We now welcome the Federal Member for Kingston, the Honourable Amanda Richworth, MP, to say a few words.
It is absolutely wonderful to be here with you all tonight, and as we gather here, I'd like to acknowledge that we meet on the lands of the Kaurna people and pay my respects to elders past and present, and also thank Alexandra for that wonderful message, a message of inspiration and a message of hope. I'd also like to acknowledge, of course, Callum Barrett-Walsh, Chair of the ANZAC Youth Vigil in the South, and Mark Wheaton, President of the Morford Vale RSL. I'd also like to acknowledge all my parliamentary colleagues here, Senator Andrew McLaughlin, the Honourable Katrine Hilliard, the Honourable Nat Cook, Erin Thompson, and of course representatives from the city of Onkaparinga. I've seen Councillor Colt Stafford and Jeff Eaton, but all the councillors that have come along tonight. But I would particularly like to acknowledge all those young people that have come here to pay their respects. It's always a privilege to come here and acknowledge those who've served and witness the dedication and commitment of our young people who give up their time not only tonight in the service they are bringing, but also in the volunteer work they do, in the work they do at school and the leadership roles that they take up. Of course, the tradition of holding ground from dawn to dusk on ANZAC Day Eve is a moving and powerful tribute. Here in the South, the Youth Vigil has been held every year for the past 23 years, and its importance cannot be overstated. It represents a meaningful way for young Australians to connect with our history and take on the responsibility of remembrance. The Vigil allows young people to honour the memory of the original ANZAC, as well as those who've served in conflicts that followed, those who fought, those who were wounded, and those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Their courage, their loyalty and mateship remain the foundation of our national character. The unwavering spirit and commitment shown by those who serve continues to inspire us all. It is our shared duty to ensure their legacy is not forgotten, and tonight that responsibility is in the hands of our younger generation. Now, young people often get a bad rap in our media from time to time, but tonight really displays our young people in our community, their strength, their dedication, their deep respect for our past, but also what is in store for our bright future. We can all be proud of those standing guard here tonight who will carry forward the stories, the lessons and the memories of those who came before us. Of course, this year marks a particularly significant milestone. On the 25th of April, tomorrow morning, we will commemorate a 110-year anniversary of the landing of Australian and New Zealand troops at Gallipoli in World War I. More than 8,700 Australian soldiers lost their life during the 8-month campaign, many not much older than those here tonight. Despite the military setbacks, the Gallipoli campaign became a defining feature in our national consciousness, both for Australia and New Zealand. It was at Gallipoli that the qualities of courage, endurance, mateship and sacrifice, the values that we now associate with the ANZAC spirit, were forged. The bravery shown by on those shores became a defining moment in our national identity and is the reason we are gathered here tonight. This year also marks the 75th anniversary of two other important chapters in our military history: Australian service in the Korean War and the Malaya Emergency. Both these conflicts occurred in the early stages of the Cold War and played a vital role in shaping Australia's post-World War II defence and foreign policy. These conflicts helped strengthen Australia's role in the Asia-Pacific region and also reaffirmed Australia's commitment to peacekeeping and regional stability. All conflicts take their toll, not only on those who serve, but also on their families. As a nation, we must continue to stand beside those who carry both the visible and invisible wounds of war. We are eternally grateful for the service and dedication of our men and women in uniform. Tonight we gather to reflect, to give thanks, to remember. We honour the service of all those who have worn our nation's uniform, and we pay our tribute to those who continue to serve at home and abroad. We remember the families who stand beside them, and we will never forget those who gave everything for their country, and we are all privileged to call home. I'd like to offer my heartfelt thanks to all the members of the ANZAC Youth Vigil in the South Committee. Of course, the Chair, Callum Barrett-Walsh, as well as Mark Wheaton and all of those at the Morphett Vale RSL. I'd like to thank all the sponsors, as well as the representatives from the local community, sporting organisations, our local schools, supporters and the wonderful volunteers who ensure the ongoing success of tonight's vigil and provide the young people in our community with an avenue to commemorate and serve. But finally, again, a big special thank you to the young people standing guard here tonight. You do us all proud, lest we forget.
Guard Commander, please conduct 3-minute changeover. We now invite the State Member for Renell, the Honourable Catherine Hilliard MP, to address us.
Thank you so much. I also acknowledge that on this special night we're gathered together on land that always was, that is, that always will be Kaurna land, and I pay my respect to Kaurna elders past and present, and especially to those future leaders who with such strength and resilience lead the way. I acknowledge RSL Morphett Vale President Mark Wheaton, my parliamentary colleagues and friends Amanda Rishworth, Nat Cook, Erin Thompson and Senator Andrew McLaughlin, the many City of Onkaparinga councillors here and every young person and their loved ones with us tonight. I wanted to acknowledge our youth hosts and speaker Alexandra, a kind, clever and determined young woman driven by her values and desire to create an inclusive, kind community and state. I really look forward to seeing all that Alexandra achieves into the future and to supporting her along the way. Tonight is our 23rd Youth Vigil. Thank you so much, Gay Thompson, Brian Holacek and the young people who first brought this very special vigil to life. Through their vision and commitment to empowering young people to grow understanding and leadership, our community's capacity to commemorate, to remember and reflect has been strengthened, and the importance of this vigil is now embedded into the very fabric of our community. Our ANZAC Youth Vigil Chair, the wonderful Callum Barrett-Walsh, and the entire committee continue that early legacy of empowering young people and amplifying their strengths. I say to those committee members, and indeed to every single one of the remarkable young leaders amongst us who bring tonight's vigil to life, your community spirit, your generosity, respect and leadership inspires us all, and it is what will ensure this vigil endures for generations to come. All strength to you as you hold and shape it and encourage and inspire even more young people to be involved. It is so special to again join together tonight to remember, reflect and pay respect to the thousands of Australians who paid the ultimate sacrifice for us, for our way of life. To stand in steadfast solidarity with those who suffer the effects of war. To thank those who serve today and are there for people across the breadth of our nation as they confront adversity. to pray for peace as we see the horror of war abroad, as our current geopolitical situation remains deeply troubling, and to contemplate with our young people what ANZAC Day means. As many of you have heard me say before, I continue to be guided by my late grandfather's favourite saying, "Life is mostly froth and bubble, but two things stand like stone: kindness in another's trouble, courage in one's own." The courage required to face the dawn at Gallipoli after long, cold, fearful nights in trenches, far from home and family, is really hard to imagine. Our Australian Defence Force continues with courage to provide kindness in others' trouble. From Gallipoli to the Pacific Theatre, Korea to Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and everywhere Australians have fought for peace, their service is shaped by the ANZAC spirit, a spirit that epitomises courage, mateship, kindness in adversity, a spirit deeply ingrained in our national consciousness, binding us as a human family. Thank you so much to every young person here for beautifully bringing our human family together tonight to keep that precious ANZAC spirit alive and to pass respect of it to future generations. You all give me such hope. Our community, our humanity is in wonderful hands for the future. Thank you, lest we forget.
Guard Commander, please conduct 3-minute changeover. Welcome Senator for South Australia Andrew McLaughlin, CSS, to address this audience.
To our distinguished guests, our youth and their parents, I want to acknowledge the dead. The memorial over which our youth stand watch today is a sentinel of inconsolable grief of the parents who lost their sons and later in conflict their daughters in war. When it was raised, many of the parents will have been present in the audience, probably not far from where you are now. We can only try and imagine their sorrow. The dead whose names are carved in that memorial, what message do they have for us? What do they ask us? They do not ask you just to remember them one day a year. Instead, they demand something from us. To live our lives in happiness and full of love and compassion. To do anything else would be to diminish their sacrifice. So as you gaze upon that memorial tonight, and as you look upon it as you pass by in the coming weeks and months, remember the voices of the dead. It is how you live their life and how you live your life that determines whether their sacrifice was in vain, lest we forget.
Guard Commander, please conduct 3-minute changeover. We now call upon the City of Onkaparinga's representative, Mr. Colt Stanford, to officially open our vigil.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we meet here today on the traditional land of the Kaurna people and that we pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. On this day each year, Australians across the country and around the world pause to reflect on the sacrifices made by our servicemen and women. We remember the courage of those who landed on Gallipoli in 1915 and the countless others who followed in their footsteps through conflicts and peacekeeping missions. We remember not just their bravery in battle, but also their humanity, their struggles, and their enduring spirit. I think for all of us, the ANZACs are role models that represent the very best of what it means to be an Australian, and they are a source of national pride for Australians the world over. For young people, the ANZAC Day is more than a history lesson. It's a time to connect with the values that help shape this great country. Courage, mateship, endurance, and sacrifice. These are values that do not age, but they live on in our schools, our clubs, our home, and in the way that we come together as a community. Here in Onkaparinga, we are fortunate to be part of a region where the next generation is not only encouraged to remember, but actively encouraged to participate. From attending dawn services to reading at vigils, laying wreaths, or learning and standing silently in respect, the young people across our city are stepping forward with pride and purpose to remember those that came before. Those feelings of pride and purpose are especially true here today at the Youth Vigil, which has become a powerful tradition in its own right. For over 20 years, longer than I've been alive, this event has created a space where young people can honour the past, while growing their understanding of service and sacrifice. This event does not happen on its own, however. So today, on behalf of not just Onkaparinga, but on behalf of the whole community, I want to offer a heartfelt thank you to the incredible service organisations who have supported this vigil year after year. Your dedication, mentoring, and your commitment to keeping this event going for more than 2 decades is something truly admirable and truly special. You've shown us that remembrance isn't just a ceremony. It's a responsibility, and it's a responsibility that's shared across generations and grounded in our community. You have given young people a voice in remembrance, and for that, we are all deeply grateful. Through your support, we don't just remember the ANZACs. We walk alongside their memory, ensuring that their stories and their spirit continues to live on forever. To every veteran, every volunteer, every member of the RSL, Legacy, service cadets, emergency services and local community leaders, we thank you. You inspire us to carry the legacy of ANZACs with pride, honour and humility. May we continue to stand together year after year, not only in remembrance of what was lost, but also in gratitude of what was built by those that came before, a sense of unity, resilience and hope that every Australian can aspire to. Thank you, lest we forget.
Honour guard, please change over the guard.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget.
As we come to the close of tonight's gathering, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Your presence here in reflection and remembrance is not just a mark of respect, it's a powerful reminder of the legacy of the ANZAC's lives, living on through all of us. In a world where conflict, division, and hardship still exist, we are fortunate to live in a country built on values, mateship, courage, peace, and selflessness. These are the values the ANZAC stood for, values that continue to shape who we are as Australians today. The ANZAC legacy is more than a history of war. It is a story of resilience, unity, and hope. It teaches us what it means to stand by one another, to keep going when times are tough, and to act not out of but out of love for our communities, for our freedoms, and for future generations. But remembrance is not just about one day in April. It is not only about ceremonies, parades, or moments of silence. True remembrance lives in how we carry forward the lessons and values the ANZACs left behind. It is about how we live, how we lead, and how we choose to treat one another. And that responsibility now rests with all of us, especially with young people. As a young person myself, I believe we have a responsibility not just to remember, but to lead. We are custodians of the ANZAC spirit. It is our role to make sure that courage, compassion, and community are more than just words. They must be actions we live by. The fact that so many of you are here tonight shows that remembrance is not fading, it is evolving. You are keeping the spirit alive in your schools, your communities, and in your own ways. You are proof that the future is in good hands. So, how do we honour the ANZACs in our daily lives? We honour them when we stand up for what's right, when we help a friend in need, when we show kindness without expecting anything in return. We honour them when we listen to those whose voices are often ignored, when we welcome others with open arms, choose to lead with empathy instead of judgment. The ANZAC showed us that one person's actions can make a difference, that a group of people united by purpose can shape the course of history. We can all live that legacy in our own way, by showing courage in the face of adversity, by lifting others up, and by believing that a better future is always fighting for. Let tonight be more than a moment of remembrance. Let it be a reminder that we each carry the ANZAC spirit in us, in our actions, in our voices, and in the way we come together as a community. To all the young people here tonight, never believe your voice is too small or your impact too little. You are exactly who we need to keep this legacy alive. Thank you for being here. Thank you for remembering, and thank you for showing us. Thank you for showing and choosing to be a part of something bigger than yourselves, lest we forget. To all of our guests, you are warmly invited to join us for supper at the Morfett Vale Bowling Club, which is just over the road behind me. Our youth participants are happy to help guide you across. For all other attendees, we look forward to welcoming you back here for the dawn service at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Please arrive by 5:30 a.m. as road closures will be in place. Thank you and good night.